Are penny stocks only meant for day trading? I'll let you know my thoughts on how I strategize trading these pennies coming up. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Own the Chaos. My name is Brad and I trade over-the-counter penny stocks, and this channel is specifically dedicated to that. This is the largest channel dedicated to over-the-counter penny stocks, and really the only one that I've kind of really seen that specifically covers the OTC every day. So if you're visiting for the first time, I would certainly appreciate a subscription if by the end of this video you see some value and you want to tune in every day where I go live right around midday market just to do a midday market recap, as well as the 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Sunday Stock Watch where I go over stocks that I'm watching for the coming week. So again, thanks for the view, and we'll get into today's topic, which is it worth doing day trading on penny stocks, or should you wait and hold? And really, my strategy and how I find success in trading these over-the-counter pennies is a little bit of both. You know, I think there's value in building strong positions on stocks that really have a lot of value and have a lot of forward-looking, potential. And then I think there's also areas where a quick flip or maybe a short-term gain is necessary. And if you're just starting out as a beginning trader, this is something you should consider as well. Obviously, your risk tolerance are going to be a little bit tighter if you have a smaller account, or if you are just starting out trading, versus like somebody who's been trading for a longer period of time who might have a little bit more to work with. So if you have $100,000, then your risk tolerances are going to be obviously a lot greater than somebody who only has $1,000. And so, you know, I don't want people to get frustrated with that, but I think that it's important to understand that you should probably have a shorter term outlook when you're first starting out, so that you can build your account up to a point to where you can start looking at longer term solutions to building your account even greater. The reason why I say this is because when you're looking at longer term trades and being able to build onto an account, is so that you're not chasing something when a major catalyst arises. And I've seen this a lot of times when I'm trading over-the-counter stocks, where I build an account up and maybe I have a large position size that I wouldn't be able to get when the catalyst finally does get there. So if I'm looking and I'm doing due diligence on a stock and I say, okay, I see a lot of long-term potential here, so I'm going to begin to build a position. I'm going to hold that longer. So really, I don't think that short-term gains should be a long-term solution. I think that the long-term solution here is to be able to use those short-term gains for longer positions so that you can really explode your account. Most of my biggest wins have come off of building positions and holding them, and building my account around a core group of solid companies that I know have a lot of potential, and using and keeping myself liquid, which means that I still have cash to trade with outside of those core positions to continue to funnel into those larger positions that I have. It's all about diversity, and I know that that's probably not as sexy as being able to say that I made $1,000 a day trading whatever, but ultimately this allows me to risk a lot less money to do so in the long term. So if I'm only risking $500 to $1,000 per position on a short-term gain, and I'm coming out with maybe $2 or $3 grand out of that, then I can use that to build my larger positions, my core group of positions, so that when that major catalyst arises on one of them, it will go ballistic. I mean, I've seen that happen where, you know, I have maybe 1 million or 2 million shares of something or more. I'm just using that as an example. And the catalyst arises and I'm sitting pretty while everybody else is chasing that, because you got a lot of day traders out there that want to get on that quick pop. But I've been sitting here all along waiting for this catalyst to show up, and I have a ton of shares waiting to be able to get this thing moving. Now, this isn't me front loading. This isn't me doing anything, because a lot of times I'll tell folks about how I'll be very honest and open about where I see long-term potential on. And so, you know, it's just, here I am, I'm adding to this more because I see longer term potential. And sometimes I'll be in stuff for 6 months, maybe even a year, but eventually it pays off because you see the big picture on something. And so that is where I think that a good mix of having day trading capability and keeping yourself liquid in that aspect, but also building your account around larger core group of long-term potential stocks is very important. The volatility that we experience within the OTC and penny stocks in general is very severe. You know, you'll see something that runs 1,000% or more, but then you also see something that gets cut to 50% in a matter of minutes. And it's very important to understand how you're doing your due diligence. It's very important to understand how you're looking at charts and where the appropriate areas are to add to a position, or where the appropriate areas are to maybe just walk away and finally just give up on, you know, that position. Maybe a very negative catalyst comes out, such a reverse split, which is probably one of the most detrimental. Caveat emptors are not the greatest catalysts either, as we all well know. But, you know, understanding long-term outlooks, I think, is really kind of what's going to propel you to creating a larger account in the long run. So long-term solutions lead to long-term success. Short-term solutions lead to short-term success. And I think there's a place for both. And really, the way that I've been able to find success and the way that I'm able to do this for a living every day is just understanding that balance. And really, it kind of comes down to your own risk tolerances and your own time horizons, really. How quickly do you want to build your account? And really, the faster that you want to build your account, that means that you're probably going to have to be risking a little bit more. So you're looking to get into things that are more volatile. Having said that, you probably want to make sure that you have a larger account, you know, maybe that you're coming in with a much larger account size to start with, because, you know, it's going to be really difficult to explode your account with a smaller amount of money. Having said that, we do have people within our WeTrade HQ group that, you know, start out with $500, and in a matter of a month or two, they've doubled or tripled that account size considerably quickly, even more than that, and being under PDT and all of that because of the volatility that we experience down here, but understanding that there also is risk involved in creating and growing your account that quickly. So, you know, take that for what you will. Understand, you just really need to ask yourself, what's my risk tolerance? What am I willing to lose? Because there's definitely potential for that. And, you know, how do I want to plan this? So sticking to a plan, understanding the balance that you have, knowing your risk, and knowing your time horizons are all very important when looking to trade really anything, but definitely in the OTC pennies. And really just the way that I've been able to find success is having that core group of stocks that I see long-term potential in, while keeping myself liquid, and I can make short-term gains here and there along the way so that I can build those longer-term positions. So diversity and all that other stuff, sticking to a plan is all going to be important. That's my take on it. Do I think day trading is okay for penny stocks? Absolutely. If that's what you find success in and really what you're comfortable with, then go for it. But I'm just sharing with you how I find success and how things work for me. And I hope that maybe I can help some of you out there and give you a little bit of insight, and maybe it'll end up working for you as well. So if you like this video, I certainly would appreciate a thumbs up. And you know, if you're interested in WeTrade HQ, I know you heard me mention that before, but WeTrade HQ is a community of like-minded individuals who are learning and growing and celebrating each other's success, with over 4,000 members around the globe worldwide. And it is really kind of an awesome community. We're blowing up over the last really couple months, and it's been an amazing thing to see. And it's not just dedicated to penny stocks. So I wanted to, you know, take care of that confusion as well. So WeTrade HQ is a community that's comprised of all kinds of different niches within the market. Whether you're trading options, Forex, penny stocks, futures, big boards, even cryptocurrencies, no matter what you're trading in the market, WeTrade HQ is the place for you. I highly encourage you to check it out. It's absolutely free to join. And that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I will see you all before the bell, and B Smith is out.